My name is Korede. Welcome back to Universal Korede. This video is going to be a review of a video by somebody called Nisha. She does finance, business, and so on. I'm going to see what she has to say. The video is called Why Net Worth Skyrockets After $100,000. So let's see what she has to say about that. Just like her, I decided to wear a black polo neck because she often wears black. So let's see. Matchy. Let's see if it makes any difference to this video. Let's go.
Have you ever heard of the phrases, money makes money, the rich are getting richer, the more money you have, the more money you make? In this video, I wanted to take you behind the scenes to explain why phrases like this exist, why your net worth takes off at 100K, and give you tips on what to do to get around this 100K number and what to focus on instead. Let's start with the why. Why does your net worth explode at 100K? Many people believe that reaching a certain threshold suddenly grants you to exclusive access to better opportunities, and these opportunities mean better investments, which come with higher returns, and that is why the rich get richer. In fact, there are two other important factors that come into play as to why your net worth explodes at 100K, and neither of which are related to the type of investment you have access to. The first of those is the scale of capital. Let's first consider the reinvestments, different scales, all.
Okay, so yeah, this one makes a lot of sense. If you have more money, you can get a greater return on the money that you have. So if you have 100K in a bank account, compared to 10K or £1,000, and you're getting the same rate of interest, you're going to get more money on that 100K, and which is why the interest continues to explode, or the amount that you get back starts to explode or gets bigger, because as an absolute amount, it's bigger the return that you get from the investment amount. Likewise, if you invest it very well, I mean the interest amount, and you get a greater return, you get the same percentage return, say 8% return on your investments compared to, for 100K compared to an 8% return on investment of $100, it's going to be more money in an absolute amount, even though the percentage return is the same.
Of which offer the same 10% return. So suppose you invest $1,000 with a 10% annual return. After 1 year, your investment would grow to $1,100, so a profit of $100. If you invest $10,000 with the same 10% annual return, your investment would grow to $11,000 after 1 year. Same percentage return, that same 10%, just a larger absolute number, so your profit is $1,000. And then looking at a $100,000 investment with the same 10% annual return would grow to $110,000, resulting in a profit of $10,000. The investment, the risks, the period are the same in all three cases, but the profits are significantly different. Scaling capital allows for higher returns on a larger amount of your money. And as you increase the size of your investment, the absolute return also increases proportionately, which ultimately means you grow your wealth at a faster rate. The second thing that people miss is what they call the eighth wonder of the world, and that is compound interest. Compound interest is, put simply, the interest you earn on your investments. So with compound interest, not only are you earning money on your original money or the principal balance, but you also earn money on the interest you've already made through that original investment. It's hard to explain this without using numbers. So let's say you save $1,000 every month with an 8% annual average return. After 7 years, you'll reach a net worth of $100,000. That's quite a long time. That's 7 years to get to that first milestone of $100,000. But to get to the second milestone of the next 100,000, that time period shortens drastically. This time, you'll earn an 8% return on a larger amount. You'll earn it on the first 100,000 that you've already saved, and you'll earn it on the interest that that first 100,000 has also accumulated. So as a result, the time it takes to reach the next 100,000 milestone reduces to 4 years, almost half the time it took to reach the first 100K milestone. And then to reach the next 100,000 milestone after that, it'll take you just over 3 years. And you'll notice that the time it takes to earn each additional $100,000 after that gets shorter and shorter as you have money working for you.
Yeah, so this is, again, relatively simple maths. The amount that you have or you're earning on the interest, it's not just the initial amount that the interest earns on, it's on the additional amount that's been made through interest.
You already, and then money working for that money, and then money working for that money. And then once you reach $1 million, an extra 100,000 from interest alone will take you just over a year. The hardest and the most time-consuming part is often at the beginning because you don't have compound interest working for you. So you have to do a lot of that heavy lifting yourself. And that's also why a lot of financial content for people at the start of their journey is based around optimizing every penny cutting out those oat milk lattes, not buying XYZ is centered largely around deprivation, because at this point, every small financial win may feel really hard and like it's not moving the needle much. But it's those small wins that when you put together gets you to that first 100K.
And then also, it's not just the deprivation aspect, because there's only so much you can save from what you have. And then the general thing that finance YouTubers and financial experts would likely say, which is sensible, is you're trying to increase the overall pot of money you have. And that's the really challenging part, because scripting and saving on a latte here or something there is doable. But actually how you go from, say, earning, I don't know, say 10K a year to 50K a year, or 50K a year to 100K a year, that's far more challenging. And that's where a lot of YouTubers, obviously, they don't have the answers because they don't know your personal circumstances. And likewise, I'm not saying I have the answers.
How, Sway? You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers.
Once you reach that, every success then adds up pretty quickly. And the further into the wealth building process you go, the easier it gets. So keeping these two factors in mind, capital scale and compounding, what are some of the things you can do to make sure you're not left behind if you don't have that 100K saved up? The first is to increase the amount of time that you invest for. Let's say you're on a salary of 60,000 and you're investing 20% of that. That means you're investing 12,000 a year. After 23 years, at an 8% average return, you're going to have about $730,000. But if you invest for 4 more years after that, just 4 more years, you'll have over $1 million. The real gain comes at the end of the journey, not at the start. And so every single day that you're not investing, you're losing out on the opportunity for time and compounding. Time is the most important thing you have on your side. So even if you don't have 100K to start with what you have. With more time, your investments start to earn more interest, and then that interest and the principal compound. Think of it like a snowball rolling down the hill, gaining snow, getting faster, getting bigger. And the further down it goes, it just gets bigger and faster to the point where it is just unstoppable and the gains are exponential.
Okay, so she had a bit of an ad, so I skipped over that part.
The second thing that you can focus on is increasing the amount that you can invest. It doesn't mean you need a 100,000 lump sum to invest in straight away, but thinking about ways to increase what you could contribute on a monthly basis. And notice I haven't said at this point to find investments with a bigger return. I've seen people obsessing over what they invest in, trying to get a 1% or a 2% increase per year in their investments, optimizing for the best fund, the best strategy, the best platform, which, yeah, sure, it does make a difference. But the thing that's really going to drive the results is just increasing the amount that you can invest. To illustrate this, if you're investing $200 a month for 30 years at 10%, you get just under $400,000. But if you get an extra 2% per year from your investments, you are left with just under 600,000, which, agreed, huge amount. But what about if instead of focusing on the stock market and trying to optimize for the best returns, which, let's be honest, is largely outside of your control, you focus on increasing the amount that you can earn day to day instead, and look at the stock market as just a way to multiply your wealth and a place to park your money that you generate in your day-to-day life. So maybe through negotiating your salary, investing together with your partner, earning more money through a side business. And let's say instead of getting that extra 2% return in the stock market, you're able to double what you invest every month instead. So instead of investing $200 a month, you invest $400 a month. Then you get to $800,000. Although there are many rules for building wealth, the path varies for everyone. My personal way to go about this is to focus on earning more through what you do in your day-to-day, really kill it in that area, whilst also investing a small amount on a monthly basis into the stock market so that you can learn the investing habits early and also let compound interest work for you. That way, when you do have a lot of money and you're ready to invest a lump sum or a large amount, you won't be starting from scratch and you would have already had that head start. So don't underplay the combination of what increasing the amount you can invest in and the time that you can invest for has an impact on your overall net worth.
All right, so that was a good video. I think Yeah, I've watched a good number of her videos. She does get straight to the point. The video was only, what, 7 minutes, 37 seconds long. So she really tries to get to the point very quickly. I think she uses a good number of different information on the screen. I have to give that video a 9 out of 10. I do like Nisha's video. I think she speaks from personal experience, which is why the video only came out 2 weeks ago. Already has over 300,000, almost 400,000 views. And she is approaching, she's hit 1 million in subscribers. So well done to Nisha. Yeah, I think it's a good video. I think she talked about the point that I mentioned before in terms of you have to try to increase the overall investment amount, the first amount that you have, not just the kind of return that you get on the investment, but if you increase the overall pot that you're investing, that's what makes a huge difference. Again, that's the hard thing to do. And she talks about, negotiated salary, having side businesses, side hustles, and so on. So yeah, I think if you're interested, check out some more of her videos. And that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and catch you in the next one. Peace.